with Maria and welcome to SG Global News. From the brutal attack on parish priests by police officers in the Indian state of Odisha to the unbelievable revelation of Christian conversion statistics by Canada-based former Muslim, we have many stories to cover. Catholic priests in Indian state of Odisha have been brutally attacked. On March 22nd, police officers raided Juba parish in Bermapur diocese, violently assaulting priests and looting Rs 40,000 from the church. Father Joshi and his assistant, Father Dayanand, were severely beaten and subjected to verbal abuse. Father Dayanand suffered a fractured shoulder bone as a result of the attack. Later on March 31st, priests and a group of Catholic pilgrims were attacked by extremist groups in the state of Madhya Pradesh, escalating the violence on Christians in the country. India is witnessing shocking attacks on Catholics in the recent days. Yet another act of violence has occurred in the state of Odisha. On March 22, police officers stormed Juba parish in Bermapur diocese, brutally assaulting priests and looting Rs 40,000 from the church. This assault followed a raid in a nearby village the day before, during which the police searched homes for marijuana and arrested several villagers. Father Joshi George, the parish priest of Juba parish and one of the victims of the attack, recounted that the officers arrived suddenly on March 22 and began beating anyone they found in the church and presbytery. At the time, a few young girls were cleaning the church in preparation for the Sunday Mass the following day. The officers entered the church and began assaulting the girls. 3 of the girls ran toward the presbytery, crying out for help. Father Joshi shared with sgnews that he and his assistant priest, Father Dayanand, were resting when they heard the cries. When they rushed out to investigate, one of the officers confronted them and asked them who they are. As the priests started introducing themselves, the officers began to beat them. Father Joshi, along with his assistant, were severely beaten, dragged into the street, and were subjected to verbal abuse and humiliation. The officers accused them, saying that they are Pakistanis and they came here to convert people to Christianity and are spreading bad teachings about them. They also confiscated Father Joshi's mobile phone, telling him that they would return it in 2 days. In response to the allegations, the priest denied the accusations, explaining that they were not involved in any conversions or spreading false teachings. Instead, they were focused on providing education and good services to the people. However, the officers ignored the protests and continued to beat them, with Father Dayanand suffering the most. He was brutally struck, fracturing his shoulder bone and leaving him seriously injured. Father Joshi added that they were initially afraid to take Father Dayanand to the hospital at the same day due to the situation, but they eventually took him to the nearby hospital the following day. He also further emphasized that the majority of the villagers are Christians and no such incident has occurred in recent years. This event has left the community and the priests shaken in fear. A chilling report from Nigeria has brought global attention to the increasing violence against Christian communities in the southeast region of the country. More than 20,300 Christians have been killed since 2015, according to findings released by the International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of the Law. The key perpetrators include jihadist Fulani herdsmen, militants from the Niger Delta, Fulani bandits, and Islamic vigilante groups. But what's shocking is the Nigerian military is also accused of targeting civilians based on their religious and ethnic backgrounds.
A harrowing report out of Nigeria has drawn global attention to escalating violence against Christian communities in the country's southeast region. According to findings released by International Society for Civil Liberties and Rule of Law, over 20,300 Christians have been killed since 2015, a toll attributed to both terrorist groups and state military forces. The report identifies jihadist Fulani herdsmen, Niger Delta militants, Fulani bandits, and Islamic vigilant groups as key perpetrators of the violence. Shockingly, the Nigerian military is also accused of carrying out mass extrajudicial killings, allegedly targeting civilians based on religious and ethnic identity. Of the total deaths, approximately 9,800 are linked to jihadist violence infiltrating the southeast, while 10,500 civilians are believed to have been killed by government forces deployed to the region. Previous data from the same organization report that since 2009, over 43,000 Christians have been killed nationwide, more than 18,000 disappeared, and 17,500 churches attacked or destroyed, highlighting a sustained pattern of religious persecution. The report highlights the roles of certain state governors in these events, notably governors of 4 eastern states of Enugu, Anambra, Ebonyi, and Imo, are accused of aiding and abetting mass atrocities, including mass murders, abductions, and acts of torture. Inter-Society's findings also indicate that thousands were unlawfully detained and tortured, with many transferred to secret locations across several northern states. Over 300 communities were reportedly raided, leading to the destruction of 6,000 homes and displacement of approximately 180,000 of individuals. The financial toll is estimated at $450 billion in property losses and additional $3 trillion allegedly extorted from civilians. In response, U.S. lawmakers, including Representative Chris Smith, are calling on the State Department to redesignate Nigeria as a country of particular concern, a status used for nations engaged in severe violations of religious freedom. They warn that the world can no longer ignore what many are calling a Christian genocide in parts of Nigeria. Human rights advocates are urging the international community, churches, and humanitarian groups to intervene and pressure the Nigerian government to end what is being described as a deadly campaign of impunity.
Pope Francis makes a gesture of closeness by gifting 4 ambulances to war-torn Ukraine. According to Vatican News, the 4 ambulances bear the cost of arms of the Vatican City State and are destined for the areas hardest hit by the war. They are fully equipped with medical devices required to save lives. Pope Francis has gifted 4 ambulances to war-torn Ukraine. Cardinal Konrad Karevsky, prefect of the dicastery for the service of charity, has embarked on the mission to deliver the ambulances with the assistance of 3 Ukrainian drivers. According to Vatican News, the 4 ambulances bear the coat of arms of the Vatican City State and are destined for the areas hardest hit by the war. They are fully equipped with medical devices required to save lives. Cardinal Karevsky, who has been the Pope's almoner since 2013, will remain in Ukraine for a few days to be an expression of the Holy Father's closeness to the people. At the request of the Pope, the Polish Cardinal has visited severely affected areas in Ukraine several times before with essential medicines from the Vatican Pharmacy and the Agostino Gemelli Polyclinic Pharmacy. Ever since the Russia-Ukraine war broke out in 2022, the Holy Father has made concrete gestures of solidarity with the victims of the conflict. In December 2024, the Pope donated a mobile medical unit for treating injured Ukrainians and 6 ultrasound machines to hospitals that have been destroyed. Bishop Barron will deliver the 2025 commencement address at Catholic University of America. According to the Catholic University of America's website, the ceremony will be held on May 17th, 10 a.m. at the university's Washington, D.C. campus. Accepting the invitation, Bishop Barron said that he was confident that the newest generation of graduate was well prepared to become great Catholic professionals eager to sanctify the world.
Bishop Robert Barron will be the 2025 commencement speaker for the Catholic University of America. In an Instagram post, Bishop Barron said it was his joy and honor to return to his alma mater to deliver this year's commencement address. According to the Catholic University of America's website, the ceremony will be held on May 17th, 10 a.m. on the university's Washington, D.C. campus. University President Peter Kilpatrick stated, quote, his ability to engage modern culture while faithfully presenting the richness of the Catholic intellectual tradition embodies what we strive to instill in our students. His call to evangelize through beauty, goodness, and truth will provide powerful inspiration for our graduating class as they prepare to lead with light in their future endeavors, end quote. Accepting the Catholic University of America's invitation to deliver the address, Bishop Barron also said he was confident that the newest generation of graduates was well prepared to become great Catholic professionals eager to sanctify the world. Approximately 1,300 degrees will be awarded to undergraduates and graduates this year. Bishop Barron will also receive an honorary degree from the university along with 5 other notable individuals. Bishop Barron earned his BA and MA from the Catholic University in the early 80s before heading to Rome to study at the Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas. Founded by the bishops of the United States in 1887, the Catholic University of America is the nation's oldest Catholic research university.
House of David, created by John Irwin along with John Gunn, ranks number 2 on Amazon Prime's top 10 shows. Production partner Wonder Project expressed their gratitude on Instagram, giving all glory to God. The series, which premiered on Prime Video on February 27th, has 22 million views in its first 17 days of streaming.
The biblical epic House of David has ranked number 2 on Amazon Prime's top 10 shows. The series, created by John Irwin along with filmmaker John Gunn, dramatizes the accounts of Saul and David in the first book of Samuel. A few days ago, the show hit the number 1 spot with Wonder Project posting on Instagram on April 4th. We are so grateful. Oh, glory to God for this one. Thank you all for watching, and now we are ready to binge all 8 episodes. Starring Michael Iskander as David, Ali Suleiman as King Saul, and Stephen Lang as the prophet Samuel, House of David follows the rise of David, who ultimately becomes Israel's most famous king. The Chosen creator Dallas Jenkins also served as an advisor for the film that was shot entirely in Greece. Creator John Irwin told Christian Post about the responsibility he felt to honor the source material, the Bible. He stated, quote, "The Bible is a bestseller for a reason. It is one of the most read books in the world, and we take that seriously," end quote. Irwin described that the project's collaboration with Amazon MGM Studios was a miracle. He said that the resources and creative freedom provided by the platform were unprecedented. House of David premiered on Prime Video on February 27th with 22 million views in its first 17 days of streaming. The season 1 finale was released on April 3rd. The series has been reviewed for a second season by Amazon Prime Video.
Former Muslim Ismail Yusuf spoke about the growing trend of Muslim conversions to Christianity on the Pines with Aquinas podcast with Matt Fradd. Yusuf shared that he personally knows at least 100 people who have converted to Christianity, with around 50 to 70% of them reporting visions or dreams from God. He also revealed that many years before his own conversion, he had a vision of the crucifixion of Jesus. Ismail Yusuf, also known as Ish of Arabia, a Canada-based former Muslim who converted to Catholicism, asserts that many Muslims are embracing Christianity. He explains that many are rejecting the contradictions within Islam and are instead discovering the truth of Christianity. He shared on Matt Fradd's Pines with Aquinas podcast that he personally knows between 50 to 100 individuals who have experienced similar dreams or visions of Jesus. As a child, Yusuf had a Coptic Christian friend who shared his faith with him. One day, his friend asked him to pray to God and ask who God truly is. Yusuf prayed, asking God, quote, "If you are Allah, show me a dream of Mecca," end quote. Instead, he dreamt of the crucifixion of Jesus, a vision that followed him throughout his life. Initially, after leaving Islam, Yusuf did not consider becoming a Christian. Instead, he turned into atheism. However, one night, under the influence of marijuana, he was taken to the hospital as he became unconscious, and he reportedly cried out, "God, save me," as recalled by his friends. In that moment, Yusuf made a pact with a God he did not believe existed. If God did not fix his life within 90 days, he would end his life. During this time, he encountered a faith group at a university. During the first month, he argued with them on atheism. But one day, the reading of the parable of the prodigal son from the book of Luke profoundly impacted him. The idea that the father accepted the son despite his mistakes and the concept of forgiveness deeply puzzled him. Yusuf had always believed that one must do good deeds to earn a place in heaven. In 2018, during a trip with his faith study group, Yusuf embraced Christianity, feeling that the emptiness in his life was being filled finally. On April 20, 2019, during the Easter Vigil, he was baptized, received his first communion, and was confirmed in the Catholic faith. He explained that many ex-Muslims report seeing dreams or visions in which Jesus speaks to them, offering guidance such as, "Go to this particular store, talk to this person, and they will tell you the truth," or even appearing in the form of an angel. Yusuf believes that Muslims are increasingly turning to Christianity for both secular and religious reasons. The rise of the extremist groups like ISIS, the Iranian Revolution, and other dissatisfaction have led many to seek faith outside of Islam, with Christianity being the other leading alternative. He emphasized that reaching Muslims is especially difficult as the Muslim world is the one of the hardest to evangelize. Yusuf further advocates for a philosophical approach when evangelizing Muslims, believing that it is one of the most effective ways to reach their hearts and minds. That's all for today. Until we meet again, God bless and thank you.